Going live, going live. Kaylee, okay, do you want this now?
Going live.
What you normally don't see on the video is
There's
us giving Kaylee the shut up while we record bribe.
The bribe, yeah.
And there she goes. My hair is blocking her butt.
I gotta go hide this from the humans. We're gonna take it back.
And we're wearing battle glitter today.
This is happening.
Yours blends in a little bit more than mine does.
It really does, doesn't it? I'm gonna have to.
I think it matches your skin tone more. Is the only catch. My skin tone is not purple.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Your skin tone is much more golden.
I think it's just very aggressive highlighter.
Yeah, it's aggressive.
It's battle glitter time.
Yeah. So this is actually what we wear when we play D&D.
Yes.
And domestic partner Jesse.
Yeah, domestic partner Jesse. So Grace has been sick for the last 2 days, and domestic partner Jesse's been a little bit in the doghouse because he's not been around to take care of me. Well, fair, he's got a life. But he went to a con yesterday, which only puts him further into the doghouse.
Oh, exactly.
Like, you get to go to a con while I sit at home and wheeze to death.
That's totally fair.
So he came home with battle glitter. From the con,
and we had to make sure.
So we had to make sure it worked.
It worked. I wear different colors depending on which character I'm playing.
Yeah, well, you can't. I mean, not everybody wears the same battle glitter.
Sam wears purple.
Yeah,
but Ronan does wear the gold that you have on.
Yeah.
So
now we just have to find. There's a black one that we need to get. Oh yeah, and that would be really cool.
That would be really cool.
For it.
I think that that what's her face? Your Dragonborn.
Oh, Danae.
Danae would wear the black.
Yes, she would.
Danae would definitely wear the black.
Yeah. Sarah's more of probably a teal, or this gold would work for her.
Yeah, I think the teal would work.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's down the long list of glitter.
Welcome to the glitter cast.
The other fun thing is you're gonna get like back-to-back pod cards. Basically,
they're coming.
They may come like a week apart from each other.
I'm fully confident that the August ones will be in the mail this week.
And I'm about to make the September one, so those will be out.
Guys,
very
we
soon.
Appreciate your patience.
Yeah,
and we're really sorry.
We love
there's
you.
really no other. Look, it's just been shit show.
It's been a little crazy.
Yeah.
Which reminds me that I should bring up before we do the recording, bring up the Patreons
and find
because we have new people to announce, and I've been so neglectful on like writing them down. I'll be honest, the Patreon guys, if you commented, I'm so sorry if I haven't written back. It's been a week, and all of you in the Carolinas, please stay safe.
Yeah.
And
how many times have we made those assets now?
I know. I do see Whisker of Interest was like, I'd listen to a Tangent Cast on Scott's Celts Legends in History. No shame, Nixie. There's a couple really good existing actual podcasts on those. But yeah, maybe a Tangent Cast.
I'm just gonna listen to Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology.
It's so good. I haven't listened to the audiobook, but I've read it.
Well, I finally got through American Gods. So what I learned about Neil Gaiman is I can't read him with my eyeballs, but I can read him with my earballs.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, your ear flaps?
My ear flaps do really well. So I just finished American Gods, which I loved.
Yeah.
And everyone's always told me I would love it. But when I'm reading it, it always feels like it takes too long to get into the meat of the story.
And what's funny is maybe I need to start it again because I started listening to it when I was running in the morning, and I still couldn't. Right. I couldn't get into it. I still have the Audible. I don't have my Audible account anymore. Although Audible, if you ever want to sponsor us, we're more than happy to sponsor this. They won't hear this. This is on the podcast. Also, this is just for you guys.
Also, if you are part of your public library system, there is an app called Hoopla that works with some of your library cards, and that is how I've been listening to things. Which, heck yeah, support your local public.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But so yeah, I'm gonna listen to Norse mythology.
It's good. It's really good. Alrighty, so are we ready for the actual episode?
I'm ready.
Is there anything else that we were?
Please excuse the wheezing.
I think you're good.
I think I'm okay.
I can't even fake wheeze. Alrighty. Episode 141? 141.
Yes.
141. 140.
It's 141. What is that called when it's forwards and backwards the same thing?
It's an onomatopoeia.
No,
nope.
It's not an anagram. It's not an onomatopoeia.
It's another long word like that. Hold up, I'm looking this up before. Word. People are yelling
forwards,
it.
Same forwards and backwards.
Yep.
That one.
People are yelling at palindrome.
Palindrome. I knew that.
I did too.
I knew things.
There's
a lot of Theraflu in my system. All right, let's keep going.
Alrighty.
Go.
Ready? Welcome to episode 141 of There's No Place Like Terra, a Stargate First Watch Rewatch podcast. I am Nixie.
And I'm Grace, and today we're going over Season 7, Episode 9, Avenger 2.0. 2.0, a.k.a. Honey, I Shrunk the Stargate. No, that's my game. And I promise it'll make more sense as we go through.
Mine was a little, there's no reference to it. Mine was just for some reason, the cake is a lie.
I'll take it. So something about Felger.
Duct tape saves the universe.
Well, yeah. But also something about, he's very much Wayne Szalinski.
He's so Wayne Szalinski.
And to the point where I think there's a little, where they do the big shot through the magnifying glass. That's right out of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
It is.
And he keeps mucking things up, so.
No, I actually like that. Honey, I Shrunk the Stargate.
Honey, I Shrunk the Stargate.
That works. This first aired on August 8th. It was written by Joan Paul, directed by Major Wood. Patrick McKenna's back at Felger.
Yay.
God damn it, I fucking love Patrick McKenna so much.
He's really good at this.
And so I also listened to the commentary, which, by the way, the commentary track on this, you may want to borrow the DVD for it. It's Martin Wood and Amanda Tapping together.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm in. Hey, look, I'm an Amanda Tapping fangirl at this point. That's really what it comes out. Yeah.
There's also they have a special, like, director's, like, not a director's cut, but it's like a director's behind the scenes.
Okay.
For this episode, it's really cool because they have, so some of the long sort of walk and talks, the long scenes.
Yeah.
And I'll point out a couple of them. It's cool because they have a behind the scenes camera filming the actual camera filming the scene. And so one of the scenes they'll mention, you actually see the behind the scenes camera have to duck as the camera turns around.
Makes me happy.
I'll
check that out.
Okay, so previously on SG1, Dr. J. Felger is one of us.
One of us.
Okay. He's back this episode with a new assistant, Chloe, who is,
by the way, coolest person.
Chloe she would be us. Yeah. I would be a little bit of a Felger, but I'd try to be a Chloe.
Yeah. I think I would probably be fully Chloe. Especially when she gets angry over donuts. Like,
that's true.
Ain't nobody getting more angry over donuts than Grace.
So she's the chill one, basically, to Felger's living embodiment of anxiety attacks about showing Sam the new weapon they've been working on, which could be the key to defeating the Gould. Also, he's really worried about impressing Sam.
Always.
Because he, along with us, Sam fangirls.
Right.
We all are.
So yeah, he's basically, everything in his life is to impress this SG team.
Yeah. 100%.
Good girl, Kaylee.
So, and I love also how she is completely not impressed by any of the military personnel.
She cares none. She gives none fucks.
No shit.
Like, I'm sure there's respect there, but she's like, you're not a rock star. You're just doing your job the same way I'm doing my job. Good job doing your job.
Basically, you are just out there to support our tech research.
Right.
Is why you're here.
Yeah.
And she's not really sure why Felger's interested as well, because he's on track to win a Nobel Prize one day, she says.
Yowza, yeah.
Now, I don't know how much that's actually true or how much she has a mega crush on Felger.
She wants to believe that he's got the potential to win. I
want to believe,
yeah.
So, and, he's like, you don't get it. I stood side by side with them in the face of death. And then we have a bond that transcends
He's very passionate.
Friendship.
Yeah.
And do you know what Jack said to me when he looked me in the eye? He's like, how long is this going to take? As Jack walks in.
I think the best part of all of these moments is that he's always, like, smashed back to earth. Like, not just, like, brought down carefully. Like, let me just smack you back onto reality.
Yeah.
It's not good times.
Sam said this is important, which is why Jack's here with Sam. And apparently they also need a do not touch sign on the focus plasma pulse.
You would think the people that work in this base, here's the thing. I think he puts it on there, and again, from this sense of self-importance. Like, no one was going to fucking touch it anyway, dude.
Except for Jack.
Yeah, well, that's fair. That's
touch it.
True. Jack's going to touch anything that you tell him. Until you tell him not to, he's going to do it.
Sam is hoping that this is a prototype for what could replace the missiles on the X-303. And Jack's like, phasers? And Chloe's like, more photon torpedoes.
And he's like, I don't know words.
Oh, Jack knows exactly what the photon torpedoes are. And so now they're going to do the big grand trial of this weapon, the new fancy thing, safety glasses on, and it
Let me take a minute before we even get to what it does.
Yes.
This big-ass fucking weapons,
yeah.
I got to tell you, those goggles ain't doing shit for you.
No, they're not.
If that thing works and backfires, this is another Honey, I Shrunk the Kids moment.
They have test fired it already in that room.
All right.
You saw how damaged the wall was.
Yeah. So those goggles especially, they're not doing much for you. Those like high school science lab goggles are like barely protecting.
What you need is when Mythbusters does shit, they get behind like a bulletproof little short wall.
That's what you needed to do. Yeah. Take cover.
Or not tested inside
or else
the mountain.
You're gonna shrink the kids.
How much fun would that be? I mean, DS9 did a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids
episode.
They? Oh, wait till you get to it.
I'll
DS9 does a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids episode.
I want to be a shrunken person.
It's so fun. Oh my god, I love it.
But only don't shrink me at our house, because then I'll just be smashed by a stormy. Just a stormy smash.
It doesn't matter how big or small you are, you will get smashed by a stormy.
Fair. That is very fair.
The dog who took a 12-foot flying Superman leap into my chest.
Yes, he's gotten really good at those. He can now leap from the doorway of my bedroom directly onto me when I'm sleeping. He's really good at that.
And he weighs very little.
His acrobatics check is on.
He's only partially black hole. Anyways, credits. Also, apparently, Meta tapping was not warned how many sparks.
Oh.
So, like, the last bit of flinching, was just real.
She's like, oh, God, no more.
So, the doors open, with the elevator doors open, with Sam, Hammond, and Felger, who is basically on his knees apologizing, groveling. This will never happen again.
I don't think I've ever seen Hammond this mad. I've never seen Hammond this angry.
He spends this entire episode just pissed off.
Just like, because here's the thing, is Felcher is not one of his children, the way that the SG team is. So, look, the SG team will fuck up, but they're his kids, so he's like, God, I love you, but you're an idiot right now. But Felcher's is like, I have no love for you. You're a fucking piece of shit right now.
Because he's about to almost fire him here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And this is one of these really beautiful, long walk and talk pan shots.
Yeah.
And this is the one that they talked about. They actually split the table and pulled apart for the cameraman to walk between it, and then they push it together, and then the random guy who's standing up at the desk way behind them is the props dude.
Oh, wow. Wow, was that? Talk about choreography.
It's Kenny in the back, and then the desk that's behind, that's where you can see, when you see the behind-the-scenes shot, the guy who has the, like, behind the director's behind-the-scenes footage literally ducks down behind the desk when it pans around.
Those are my favorite things about production, when you see the amount of choreography that goes into a shot. And it's not just point, camera, talk people.
Yeah, and it's beautiful because they have them side by side of the actual footage with the what happened to get that footage. Cool. And it's so cool, and I am such a nerd when it comes to that stuff.
I like that. I do like it.
It's pretty awesome.
I will borrow that from you.
Yeah. So Hammond is basically pulling the plug on his research. It's been going on 6 months. It looks like this is par for the course for Felger. The SGC is results oriented.
Oh yeah.
This is not a research base.
No. Yeah.
And it might be time for the Air Force to rethink his position here.
Yeah, that part is a little sad, but it makes sense.
It does, but he's like, nope, that would be a mistake because I'm working on this research.
Quick, make some up. Quick, make some up.
Groundbreaking. It's not really ready for presentation yet. Maybe by the end of next week. Hammond's like, you have 24 hours to show me something or you're out. He's like, yep.
Can do.
Sounds fuck.
Yeah, he's screwed. And the thing is, the reality is, in a research lab, 6 months is no time at all.
No.
It's none time. But this is not where we are.
This is not where we are.
SGC, you can't work that way.
This
anymore.
is results
And
oriented.
I think that's where Chloe's temperament comes in, because she's like, fuck these people, they don't know what our lives are.
Exactly.
And she understands it. Whereas Felcher just wants to be accepted.
And Chloe's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Why did you agree to something?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we just 24 hours, no problem, to come up with an idea that will change the balance of power in the galaxy.
Yeah.
That's all. All he has is this half-baked idea called Avenger. Which is dumb because it's just an idea, Chloe points out. It's nowhere near ready to
This is where I
present.
definitely think I'm a Chloe.
Yeah.
Because it's like, one, no, we can't do that for you that quickly. That shit ain't happening. You know, fire us. Fuck you. Fuck all of you.
Whereas I'm like, that's fine. We'll have something for them. Yeah. No problem.
This can happen.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And she points out that this is Felgo's problem. He bites off more than he can chew because he's trying to impress people.
Yep.
He's like, that's great. I will fix that character flaw after we solve this.
After I impress these people.
So the next day, Sam and him walk and talk. Avenger is a computer virus. It uploads the DHD and it basically scrambles the keys on your keyboard. And basically turns everything to code. So when you press a button on the DHD, it's a different symbol that's going to the gate.
Got it. So yeah, it just scrambles everything.
It scrambles everything, yeah.
It spills water on your keyboard.
Exactly. It literally, if you had stickers as your key, it just takes, remember when the keywords, you can take the keys off?
Yeah.
And scramble
and just
them
rearrange
around.
them. That used to be fun times.
So it would basically limit the Gould to only using ships. Because they wouldn't be able to use the Stargate network, but the idea is that you can pinpoint which gates you send this to, so all of your friendly planets.
That's the key to this virus.
Yes.
Got it.
Is that it stays in one DHD.
Where you tell it to. No foreshadowing there.
So Sam is intrigued. It's really far from being usable. It's just an idea at this point. And once it's done, once it's done and it's to a point that it can present to him, and that's what Sam will take it to him.
Yeah.
And as she's like, don't celebrate yet, and she leaves. And then he celebrates, and what might be my favorite, there's a lot of random moments in this episode, but what might be my favorite, he leaves screen, and then he comes back realizing he has no clue where the fucking mountain he is.
He's like, where am I? There was a whole walk and talk that was happening, and I don't know where we ended up. I've actually done that. When you follow someone, you're like following someone to get some work done. You're like, oh shit, where are we?
I don't know where I am.
Bye.
So later we see SG-1 in the gate room, geared up, ready to go in the plot points of getting everyone except for Sam off planet and away from this episode.
This is exact, because at this point I was like, where's Daniel? And then
they were filming 3 episodes at once.
Yeah. Yikes.
So Amanda Tapping was mentioning, she's like, I haven't worked with the full gang in like a month at this point.
Yeah.
Because they were just filming 3, and that's like Lifeline was really only Daniel.
Right.
And we have another one coming up that's mainly just Teal'c.
Okay.
And Jack. Like, it's just, they just separated everyone out.
Everybody's in different places doing all the things. Got
it. So Sam's going to stay behind to work on some computer code. And I do love the fact that it takes an entire team of Marines to take Sam's spot.
Yeah, it takes one whole other, like, there's only one Sam, and she's irreplaceable. We can come close, but it's going to take like 10 guys.
Yeah, basically.
Because these ones are the smarties, and these ones are the shooties, and these are all the combines.
No one really, at this point, is backing Felger at all.
No.
Except for Sam.
Yeah, it's, again, this is all just part of what I'm learning in school. It just goes to show her leadership style versus Hammond's, whereas Hammond's like, get shit done because it's what's required of you, the end. Where Sam's like, look, if we create this environment for him, if there's something in there, we just got to give it a chance to breathe.
And it is also interesting, that's sort of a foreshadow later where Sam's like, yeah, I kind of fucked up when I figured that's how to lead him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try a different route.
Yep. For sure.
So, cut to Felger's apartment.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Then where do we, like, let's go through this scene by scene. Because first of all, that homage to Rick Moranis in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
The entire
the magnifying glass
minifig setup, which apparently in the script was supposed to be Warhammer.
Oh, that makes sense.
Which, what you don't know, behind us, behind the couch, is
a little Warhammer
is an entire coffee table filled with Warhammer figures in various stages of development. It's played often in this group, but I really want the whole setup of the Stargate and the SG teams.
I'll play that.
Totally.
I will even be like, I'll even be cooled.
Yeah, that would be so much fun.
You have SG forces, you have Rebel Jaffa forces, and you have Gold forces. And then you have little side parties of like
Tok'ra. Some Tok'ra in there.
Yep.
I would play the hell out of Warhammer Stargate. Franchise that shit out to Warhammer.
Somebody give me.
I would play building all the little figures. If you don't know Warhammer, it's a process because you literally have to model build all the figures.
Yeah. Which
come in like 47 pieces to make this little 1.5 tall dude. They have to paint them. They have to prime them. They have to paint them all. And all this shit is done before you can play anything.
Yeah, see, and we pair off really well as far as the couples go. Like, I just want to play.
Yeah.
And so does
domestic partner
Jesse. So we're like, somebody paint all our minis.
DP Jesse.
Yeah, DP Jesse. Whereas I think Nick and Mr. Phil.
Yeah.
Both really enjoy painting
and building.
Yeah, and we're like, okay, when you're done, we'll play.
Yeah.
You got time to sit there and paint things.
Nick apparently bought more figures of some army that all I know is wolves are involved. And he's like, nope, now we can play together. And I was like, I literally have no idea how to play. So okay,
let's start there.
We have the Stargate, the Warhammer Stargate edition.
Yeah.
And then there's like Laura Croft, I think, on the TV behind him.
I can't tell what it is.
Boobs McGee is back there.
There's some animated boobs. Yeah.
And then the doorbell rings.
And then look, I am not going to blame him for being in his underwear.
No. Listen.
The fact that he had pants that close to the door is impressive.
Exactly.
Because at our house, it's like, no, hang on for like 5 minutes while I find pants.
Yeah, if I get home from work, there's no pants on once I get home. No pants are happening.
No pants.
At all.
Yeah.
But when he does freak out when he sees it's Sam at the door, he puts his pants on backwards.
That's impressive. Because I don't know if y'all have made pants before. Nixie, you have.
I have.
But pants in the front and the back
don't look
not the same as around the room.
Can I just say also
you can put them on and not like
also like
go up 2 octaves. Sorry.
But it's just split in the back.
Yeah.
So you know,
because guess what? That's not going over your butt. Those pants are riding way up in there.
And I also like how he's like, I'm putting the dogs out of his apartment
into the ether,
and then offers her probably warm Mountain Dew out of like a big gulp glass.
Yeah. Oh God, it hits every stereotype.
And then when she sits down.
Oh, yes!
There's a Sam Barbie.
That's not weird at all. It's not uncomfortable in any way.
And you know Sam recognizes it.
Yeah. Because she's like, this looks oddly like me. I'm going to put it back down because now I'm grossed out.
And there's a boy one too.
Yeah.
Now is that Jack or is it Felger?
You know what? Knowing Felger, it could be Jack.
It's probably Jack because he fanboys over Jack just as much.
He loves them both the same. It's great and awful and all the same time.
So Hammond is given the project a green light as long as Sam also works with it, which is like Felger's fantasy. So he spit takes.
I gotta tell you, how much did that spit take hurt? Have you ever accidentally spit up bubbles?
And I can only imagine how hard, knowing it's Patrick McKenna, how hard Amanda Tapping had to work to not ruin every take with laughter.
Yeah.
Bite the inside of your cheeks down.
Just think of dead things. or something awful. Oh, God.
But she's actually been excited to work on this because the idea behind the virus itself is brilliant.
Yeah.
And we learned that Daniel is not here in this episode because he is working on a relocation project, and Jack and Teal are working on some Jaffa negotiations.
Mm-hmm. That's magically nobody is around except Sam.
Yes. So later in his office, he's wearing pants at least, and a tie and heavy cologne.
Yeah.
And Chloe's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I do love this part.
And he's like, it's completely normal.
She's so legit. She's like, it's not fucking normal. I'm calling you out on your bullshit. You're so full of it.
It has nothing to do with Sam coming here.
Yeah.
And Chloe then goes to tie his tie for him and then chokes him a bit when he points out that Sam's legs don't quit.
I love that. I'm so. I want to be friends with Chloe. Like from that moment, she's like, let's keep talking there.
So he laments that it doesn't really matter because, I mean, what chance does he have? She barely notices that he's alive and asks Chloe if she knows what that's like. And she's like, fuck you in your face.
Yeah, fuck you so much right now. So much.
So much.
Chloe, I love you.
So Sam comes in.
Where is the Chloe love?
I know. She gets some... Well, she gets a fantasy with him at the end.
Yeah, she gets a little pretend love.
Sam comes in, compliments his tie, and montage!
Yeah, the most awkward montage. It's time for an awkward montage.
Working! Lots of computers, random arm pats, computer code, love triangles, donuts.
Capital A, awkward.
The moment where he's like jelly on the whiteboard and then he erases things with the powdered sugar donuts.
Oh my god. See,
do you eat that
Sam.
donut? Do you eat that donut or not?
First of all, no. No. What kind of terrible person eats a powdered jelly-filled donut? Ew. Ew. Listen, donuts should be old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned all the way.
Apple cider, chocolate frosted, or fritters.
I'm down with that. Old-fashioned, 100%.
Yeah, that is there. Look,
the old-fashioned cream cheese frosted donut. You put a dozen in front of me, and I will down that entire dozen.
I'm all about the chocolate frosted because you take them apart. You eat the bread first, and then you eat the chocolate. I'm not insane.
You never take food apart.
No, I don't take any. That's literally all I know how to do is eat food in different in
layers.
Yeah, in layers.
You're like an archaeologist. You're a food archaeologist.
This is what this food is made of, and the history of this olive is different than. Yeah, no, don't, dude, don't. Also, no food in the lab.
No food in the lab. Also, if you bring food in, pay attention to the person who's going to reach for the food.
Right. Listen, I gotta tell you that both Sam and Chloe are far kinder than I am in the workplace.
Yeah.
Whereas I think, for the most part, I practice kindness and I aim to be aware, and I think I'm a good person most of the time.
You are.
At work, don't.
It's a different grace.
It's a very different grace.
It's invisible battle glitter comes on.
Invisible battle glitter comes on, and I have no time for your fuckery.
No shits given.
I have no time for fuckery, and I have no time for idiots. I would have hit him by now. Or at least said very mean things.
Very mean things.
Usually, luckily, I work with a set of really cool people who know when to come in and go, hey, let me help you with that so that Grace doesn't have to help you and kill you.
So in the end, the important thing is, through bad donuts and all, they have a simulation that works. So Sam presents it to Hammond. They're going to test it out on a planet called P5S117. It's a Naquita mining site of balls.
Dun, dun, dun.
And there's a Tok'ra operative who's undercover there so they can relay if it works or not. So
we got a spy.
They get the go-ahead.
We got a position. Let's do the things. This is all very promising.
We got half a tank of gas. No, we got half a pack of cigarettes, full tank of gas.
What is that from?
I butchered the line. It's from Blues Brothers.
Oh, yes.
Hit it. It's 110 miles Chicago's how it starts. I've only seen the movie a couple times. Guys, I love that movie.
I haven't seen it since I was little.
Oh my God, I love Blues Brothers.
I'll watch it again.
Oh my God, I love Blues Brothers.
We watched Notting Hill last night. It's time to rewatch old things, but I'm going in order.
See, I just
chronological order.
On Friday night, I watched
I'm just a girl standing to bring a boy.
I watched the new version of Murder on the Orient Express.
Oh, yes.
Which was beautifully done.
Beautiful.
Anything Kenneth Branagh does
Yeah.
I'm all over it.
It just looks good.
It's just gorgeous.
Damn, it just looks good.
It's beautifully done. And then I watched Greatest Showman.
Oh, right. You were telling me about that.
So, and here's the thing. It checked off every cliche box that I need in a movie. The music is stunning. The dancing is top notch. The costumings are amazing. Zac Efron, it's probably, I resisted Zac Efron for a long time.
Yeah.
Just because it was sort of the world, and I was like, you're really great at what you do, but I haven't seen you step out of it. He was so goddamn good in this. I would argue that Jackman is one of the greatest all-around talents that we have on the planet.
Hugh Jackman could have rolled with like Gene Kelly.
Like, he is the.
Well, to be able to do that and be Wolverine and do them both well, holy shit!
I just saw the final Wolverine a couple weeks ago. So to go from that so the way that I watched it, because I did not see it in the theaters because I had the issues that some people have going to see the film. I pretended it was someone else. Yeah, you just have to think that it's Hugh Jackman. It's a complete fictitious character. I haven't been able to watch it because of who they're portraying. Yeah. I do like Hugh Jackman. I just went in going, it's a completely fictitious character. They touched on a couple of the issues, I think, in smart Disney-style PG film ways. And they end it in a Disney fashion. And you know what? It's about just a random circus dude. And it's just a generic story about a guy who runs a circus. And I will tell you, man, the music, fuck. I'll check it out. So good. All right, I'll check it out. And the dancing, and it made me want to go dance again, and it made me be sad that I stopped dancing, and it was and the other thing I really, really appreciated is, speaking on an episode that we talk a lot about sort of the filmmaking aspect of it, they did so much impractical that you could tell was practical. Yeah. Like the fact that when they're on a rooftop, there is a psych behind them. Wow. When they pan over the city, they 3D printed miniatures and flew the camera over the city. I'm good with that. And so it's a love letter to film sometimes in that way. That's fair. Okay, I love being able to spot the pieces. Yeah. We got a new TV now accidentally that has a 4K TV, and so now you can see when a set is a set without it looking cheesy. But it's really fun to see it, like, oh, that's a set. I can see it now. Yeah. Look at the work that went into that. Anyway, that's all. We love our behind the scenes people. We're dorks. So back to the Stargate podcast. So donuts. Back in the lab, Felger is wearing a hole in the floor with his pacing, and they hear Sam being summoned to the control room via the intercom. So Felger heads up there as well to hear the news. Yeah. As he heads up there, he passes Major Wood checking out because Siler has something in his eye. So they're checking that out as he passes. Yeah. Sam's surprised to see them there. Like, what? Why are you here? Jack and Teal'c missed radio contact, so they dial out to there. And Jack's like, yeah, we can't dial the gate. Yeah, we have no ringtone. We've tried all sorts of addresses, but we can't get a lock anywhere. And all eyes fall to Felger. Yep, you fucked up. Listen, I'll give him credit for going up there and taking the hit. Yeah. Because they didn't call him up there. They called Sam. He could have just hung out in his lab and waited and been like... Well, he was so anxious to see if it worked well. Right. He's like, it's a coincidence. There's no way my virus could have done this. Could it? Did I do that? Maybe fuck. So back in Felger's lab, everyone is standing around, and Felger is sure Avenger couldn't have done this. Avenger. That's my guy. I did this thing. Amazing Avenger, green tights and purple cape, and super strong, super fast. I mean, he's not as strong, not as fast as the Flash, but I mean, that would be ridiculous if you're faster than Wally West. Yeah. What? No one's here. The look on Hammond's face is just shut up, son. Nobody here follows what you're saying. Although I feel like Hammond does. Hammond as a kid read comic books. I think he may have if any knowledge that he has on comics is like old school. That's what I mean. He has not read anything since probably college. Oh no, I agree. But you don't get
into a position like Hammond's without wanting to be a hero.
That's true.
I think the shut up son is more just like, I fucking hate this kid.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah. In this situation right now, you need to shut your mouth.
Like, if there was an opportunity to school him, he would, because that would just hurt so much harder.
So, by the way, if you didn't know, Amazing Avenger is not a real superhero. He sounds, the way he describes, sounds a little bit Captain Marvel Shazamish.
Okay. The green tights? No, just kidding.
Well, no, it's more of like the speed, the strong, the speed. So he kind of sounds like a mix of Superman and Flash, which to me is just Captain Marvel.
Okay, that's fair.
Not the Marvel the DC version of Captain Marvel, guys. It's really confusing. There's 2 Captain Marvels.
All of the things are happening.
It's real fun. Real fun. So anyway, just because I just said that part that I had there.
That's okay.
Okay, moving on. So there's no chance that they sent the virus to the wrong gate. Is there? No. No, we sent it to the right one. The planet that Jack and Teal'c are 400 light years away. So they just have to wait until the Tok'ra radio in, and we'll see how things, and on cue, Tok'ra.
Ta-da! Guess what? Shit's fucked up.
Shit's fucked up. That's what Thalos, the Tok'ra says. Shit fucked up.
Yeah. And he does a little dance.
Gates are offline.
Fucked up.
No one has any clue. They're sending an information they do have about the planet that Jack and Teal'c are on, but they haven't heard from their operative yet. And Thalos is very like business. Like there's very little. Also, when Felger doesn't leave, and then Hammond just stares at him.
It's time to go. Read the room. Have some social cues. Fucking anything right now, dude. You're fucking it up.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Also, the voice of Thalos is Major Wood.
Oh,
yeah. They just flange him up.
Yeah. They get his phalanges and mess with him.
So it doesn't take long for Sam, Felger, and Chloe to figure out all at once, as Hammond comes in, what happens. And Sam's like, "You should bring everyone home.
We should stop now and yeah."
Because the issue is the automatic correlative updates. They weren't supposed to happen more than once every few hundred years, and even that was just a theory. So here's the dealio. There's the virus, or the problem is spreading from gate to gate.
Yep.
Like from the core on out, exponentially. Yeah. So do you remember how in the original movie we couldn't dial other planets because planets drift?
Yes.
Okay. And so the closer ones were the ones that we could dial.
Okay.
Because they don't move as far.
Yes.
Well, the gates are supposed to contact each other and be like, "Hey, yo, I moved a bit. Can you remember my new number?"
Right.
I've changed area codes.
Got it.
Well, we don't have a DHD. So we didn't have an update for a while, which is why we couldn't dial out. But other planets could dial everywhere, no problem.
Got it.
So Sam wrote the dialing program and sort of like auto-did that problem herself. Yeah. So Avenger, as it spread, told all the gates to update, which means that it's sending the scrambled address.
So basically, we're running an iPhone 10.
Yes.
Sam's built an iPhone 10 to work with the iPhone 4s.
Yes.
That the other DHDs are. But now our iPhone said, "Hey, everybody, run an iOS update."
Well, and part of the virus that was sent to the iPhone 4s took your address book and scrambled all the numbers between everyone. And then
good times.
They're sending a separate update to all the other iPhone 4s with the scrambled.
Good times.
Scrambled address book.
Good. That works. That's really good for everything.
Yeah.
That's good for communication.
So at this rate, all the gates will have the wrong addresses in under 2 hours.
Ta-da! Well, if that were the aim, this would have been really effective.
Hammond real mad.
Yeah.
Hammond real pissed. So we see from the control room, Hammond and Davis are bringing everyone back as they can, and Daniel is next.
He's like mad, capital MAD.
Oh my god. So pissed.
Yeah.
Back, actually, you know what? He's beyond pissed. He's disappointed.
Oh, yeah.
You never You never want disappointed. Never want disappointed. So back in the lab, Felger is breathing into a paper bag while Chloe is rubbing his back.
He's full on hyperventilating.
And remember back to this incident in middle school, his midterm lab. I mean, the fire was under control in like an hour, but his teacher's eyebrows never grew back.
Yeah, you fucked up. So he's got a history of overconfidence.
Yes, and we hear that again when his mom calls.
Yeah.
Which is a whole other scene.
Yeah, it was that.
So, Chloe reminds him that he wouldn't have gotten into the SGC if he wasn't good at what he does, which is highly accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, everybody's got their flaws.
He's really good at what he does, but again, the SGC takes the cream of the cream.
Well, here's the problem with someone who's really good at what they do. When they fail just as big as they win.
Sam is case in point.
Yes. You either harness the sun
or you blow up the sun.
Yeah, but nowhere in between.
So Sam comes in and sees this. They got 3 teams back out of 15. The rest are stranded, including Daniels, and the floodwaters are rising, but they're safe for now on what is currently high ground.
Yeah.
So
3 out of 15, is that 5%?
That's more than 5%.
I don't know what that is.
I
can't do math.
3 times 5 is like,
I don't know, a lot percent. 20%?
I don't know.
I want to say it's 20%.
You know how we find out here that Chloe's really, really good at math?
Yeah.
I'm like
opposite Chloe.
7 times 3 is 14, no. And somehow that's going to get me a percentage.
7 times 3 is already
21.
7 times 3 is not 14.
That's 2 times 7. Guys, do you want to know why I went into the arts and
3 out of 15 is 20%? I'm going to stick with that. I don't know if it's right, but I'm going to say it is.
Do you guys want to know why I didn't become a theoretical astrophysicist?
Math are hard.
Because I just said that 3 times 7 is 14.
I do okay with percents and statistics, and that's it. Don't ask me to do much more than that.
You know, also, I have a calculator on me wherever I go.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm good.
Done.
The problem is not...
You know what's always fun is when we're D&D, and you're like, I rolled a 17. I'm like, you rolled a 19. I rolled a 19.
Because I have to add things onto the dice, and I'm like... Because I'm like, what's 12 plus 5? I rolled a 12 plus 5.
But it is fun to go around this room of people going, so you rolled a 15? No, she rolled a 17. Like this whole room of people divided by half of us can do math. And half of us
here's the important thing. That the important thing that I have learned is not necessarily your ability to know math, but your ability to get the right answer. Therefore, no, I can't necessarily do it in my head, but I'll still get you the right answer by using the tools that are in my pocket.
Resourcefulness is key.
Or on my wrist.
Yeah.
I may have a calculator in my wrist.
I
may have specifically downloaded the app.
Just so you have one. Done.
So.
This has been the Nixie math segment.
The Nixie.
Next week, we'll do fractions.
Oh, God. So in
2/3 plus 3/5 go.
Don't even. I have to write things down and then like long division it. Yes, I said division. You said times. It's okay.
It's okay.
So from the control room, Felger and Sam, they come in as they're contacting Jack. Why do you ask? Are they able to contact Jack? Because when all the gates are broken? Because Sam is fucking smart. Because Sam wrote the goddamn program because they don't have a DHD.
Yep.
There's no DHD. They can't get the bad virus.
Yep.
So therefore,
They're
now,
safe.
Conceivably, Earth has the only working Stargate in the entire universe.
You know what? Galaxy. In a lot of ways, you could like use this to your advantage and be like, "We meant to do this. Everyone's fucked except us."
But they also, when you send someone else, they can't get back.
Right.
That's
right.
The downside.
Just kidding.
Now, if you could, for example, do something where you could bring the patch with you,
yeah.
Now you are still screwing over all of your allies.
You're just screwing over everyone except yourself.
Yeah. It's very selfish.
Well, we are American.
Jack radios in that it's botched here on the planet. The negotiations are gone.
It's bad times here.
One of the Jaffa commanders sold them out. So after the gate broke, all sides started accusing each other, and then all hell broke loose.
And bye.
Seems like it wasn't exactly a malfunction. It's more
just like a function.
It was a virus.
Yeah.
And Jack gets real up into the camera. He's like, Felger's virus.
Tell me more about how I'm going to kill Felger.
That brown-nosing little weasel, and Felger's like, he doesn't know I'm standing here. Yep. Like, he probably does.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Ultimately, doesn't care.
Sam's credit, she does equally place blame on herself because she's an upstanding, awesome person.
Well, and she did lead this team, and she did risk this chance.
Yeah.
Again, Sam is amazing, but she does have a lot of growth for herself as a leader. She got so excited in the idea of what this thing could do that she did not consider what happens when it doesn't the way Hammond would have.
To be fair, we will find out later that the virus worked perfectly.
Oh, you're right.
Worked perfectly.
Again, it's something that a leader has to do is consider these ultimate. Look, I think I would have done the same thing she did.
Yeah.
I think it's worth the risk. But which is why she's willing to take the blame.
Yeah.
But these are the things you have to bring up. And if this were Hammond bringing her in for her annual review, it'd be like, remember the time you fucked up here? You've got growth to do. The end.
So just then an Elkesh comes flying in and the screen goes black. Although, to be fair, wouldn't it be Jack doing the annual review? None of that should be brought up.
That's true. It'd be like, okay, let's go have a beer.
Her direct commanding officer is Jack.
Fair.
Yeah. None of that should be brought up. Elkesh comes flying in, big explosion, screen goes black, lost signal. Something must hit Melby. But they do have audio at least, so we do find out Jack and Teal'c are fine. They're going to take cover because shit's going down. Hammond can't send any reinforcements because until they fix the gate, he can't strand any more people on the planet.
Yeah.
So
right now the gate's a one-way ticket.
One-way ticket. So they work the problem, and they realize that if they can fix that one original DHD, it'll filter out to all the other gates in the same way.
Sure, you send out basically a fixer virus.
A little patch. So how to fix it? They were supposedly scrambled randomly, and Felger's like, well, there's got to be a pattern somewhere, because there's always patterns. If we can lock onto one specific gate, and the computer can somehow crack the code from just getting that one. It's like if you have coded text, you can figure out one word.
Yep.
You can sort of filter everything out. So random dialing, 7 symbols from a pool of 38 repeating symbols is 63 billion possible combinations. Chloe does math in her head, which, by the way, there's 39 symbols. Just saying. But I'm not gonna.
So way more.
I'm not gonna fault her. She did the math in her head. She's fine. We just learned that I can't, so we're good. So I'll give her any credit she wants. In the hallway walk and talk, we learn we haven't heard back from Jack yet. But also, Ball has the largest fleet.
Ta-da!
So he's taking this as an attack of opportunity, and he's winning.
Yeah.
In Felger's lab, his phone rings, and he ignores it. And then his office phone rings, and it's Mom.
Oh.
He's like, you're not supposed to have this number. You can't call me here.
What are you doing?
Stop.
I feel like a lot of Felger's anxiety comes from this mom person. Yeah.
The original helicopter mother. Yeah. He's like, I'm working. I kind of screwed up again. No.
You gotta go.
Worse than that one. No, worse than that one too. Yeah. And in all of this, Sam walks into the back. And he doesn't know it. And he's like, I don't need to list Mom with my personal failures in life.
Yeah, God. Mom, don't be a dick.
But
Mom.
Honestly, I don't know if I can fix this one.
No.
And Sam kind of clears her throat. And he realized Sam's there. And he's like, bye, Simon. It was Coombs on the line.
Yeah, it's cool times, dude.
I was talking to.
And not my mommy.
And not Mom. So Sam gives him a great pep talk here. He's like, look, you may feel guilty. He's like, well, yeah, by the way, it's a great pep talk. It fails miserably.
Yeah, he's just not fucking listening.
So he's like, you make it you feel guilty. He's like, yeah, well, the ancients took 1,000 years to build the gate system, and I fucked it up in one day. So, yeah, I feel a little bit of guilt there. And Sam's like, well, you have to put all of that aside, filter it out, and focus on the problem.
Learn to compartmentalize the way Sam has.
Yeah, and
although she's like master compartment, she's got so many compartments in there. She's a container store.
And there's it's like the walls in a boat that holds water. Like that's the level of doors she has.
She's good.
They're very efficient compartments. He's like, that doesn't work for me. It's easy for you. You never make mistakes. You're perfect. Everyone knows it.
And this is she's where she laughs like the biggest belly laugh.
Come again for big fudge.
Yeah, please.
And he's like, see, even your modesty is part of your perfection. Okay. She's like, you need to take me off the pillar.
Yeah, off your pedestal.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, that's fine.
She's like, you remember a planet called Katao? Remember how I fucked over the planet? He's like, that wasn't your fault. It's like, yeah, I'm kind of the one that bypassed the dialing protocols.
It's a little bit my fault. Yeah.
Kind of my fault. And that doesn't sink in because he's realizing, and he starts arm flailing in the same way that most people recognize Nixie arm flails and they get really excited because even Sam's mistakes are perfect.
Yeah.
Because she was able to bypass the security because she was the one who made her own goddamn fucking dialing computer in the first place.
Yep. The end. All done. I fixed it. Goodbye. End of episode.
So why try and crack the code?
Just kidding.
Let's just rewrite the iPhone's 4 address books with our address book from the iPhone 10.
Look, we've got the backup. We've got a backup. We just fill our backup, send it to the other guy.
Exactly.
The end.
So there just has to be enough of a correct book, and the DHG can autocorrect everything, basically.
Right.
Trust me.
It's like having a missing file.
Yeah.
A missing linked file. It's like all of your files are missing. You relink one, it goes, oh, that's where they are.
Here they are.
Got them.
That was a ripple effect. That was really bad.
It was really good. I liked it.
Trust me, this is going to work, Felger says. Mm-hmm. In the control room, Daniel is dialed up in the pouring wind rain.
Daniel's like outside in the hurricane reporting.
Yeah.
He's hurricane reporting.
Hurricane reporting at night.
Yeah.
And I don't want to rain your parade. It didn't work. Felger's like, but it should have worked. Walter, can you upload it better?
Yeah, no. I love Walter's like, don't look at me, dude. You fucked up. There's nothing to do with how I sent it.
How do I upload better? It's a button.
Yeah.
So Daniel is looking.
That feeling is very familiar. Working with coders at work who are like, did you save it right? It's like, did I save it right? Oh, I'm sorry. What's the wrong way to save it? I didn't even know there were 2 ways to hit save.
Well, I mean, there's save and save as.
Yeah, and it's like, fuck you, I saved it right. Your program's broken.
So Daniel is looking at 48 hours, and the city's going to be completely underwater, and it will be the land of Aquaman. It's really shitty here.
It's Waterworld.
Super shitty here. And after that, apparently, Felcher's missing. He's gone AWOL.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm fucking out. Sam thinks the pressure got to him, and his fight or flight said flight.
Yeah, he's like, gotta go fight.
She admits, she's like, look, I thought he just needed a little more support, but he'd be fucked up.
Yeah.
He's not the best decision maker. He's rash. He's clumsy.
Yeah, Sam's flaw is that she gives everyone as much credit as she deserves.
Yes.
Which is great, but it's also a flaw. Like, not everybody is as good as you are.
No.
Not everybody can handle things.
And again, I run across this sometimes too. I am a very efficient compartmentalizer.
Yeah.
So I kind of naturally assume that everyone can do that.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, oh, you can't?
Oh, you're upset about this thing still?
Oh, you can't let it be done by the time you get home?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I'm done.
Yeah, because I left that shit back there a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna walk away for another half hour.
Some of us are petty and we like to hold on to things.
Yeah. I mean, I hold on to them, but they're compartmentalized.
But they're filed away neatly.
Filed away neatly. And I'll bring it up when I need to. But he's here at the SGC because he is brilliant and he knows the virus better than anyone. Yeah. So Hammond's like, go get her back then.
Yeah.
So because Sam is smart, it doesn't take her long to find him. She just called Mom.
Yeah. Sam's not fucking around. Sam doesn't care to embarrass him.
No.
She's like, look, I just got to get this work done.
Exactly.
I don't care. She could have gone into his apartment with him and his boxers again and been like, I have none fucks to give. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed for you. We've got work to do.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So he likes this bridge. It's the spot that he was at when he figured out how to recombine epsilon particles into subspace matrix. But then he got mugged by teenagers. So he's feeding the ducks in the same way that Jack fishes.
Yeah.
And so Sam's like, look, you need to get back to base.
Yeah.
He's like, look, I can't handle the pressure, he says. My version of pressure was defending my math in front of a room of balding middle-aged men.
Right.
Like, the fate of the universe hangs on this shit. That's next level pressure.
Yeah, I'm not okay with this
not
kind of
equipped to work with that.
Yeah, I didn't grow up in it. But, and Sam, again, Sam is incredibly intelligent.
Yeah.
We're very aware of that. But Sam, it's clear now, Sam didn't grow up the same way Felcher and your typical quote unquote nerd did. She's very cool. She works on motorcycles.
Yeah.
She wears leather. She's very pretty. There's a lot of the stereotypical issues that she probably didn't have to deal with as harshly because she doesn't wear it on her face.
Well, there's that, but just the fact of being able to handle pressure, she comes from a military family.
And also that. So that she also went into this different background.
Yeah.
She didn't go through the typical academic life. She didn't. She doesn't live in academia.
She's been in battles.
Yes.
Many times.
A lot of her work is practical.
She knows how to work under those pressures. And so I think this is the time where she's going, oh, not everyone, that is pressure. Like, she's so used to it that she doesn't even think of it as being pressure.
She's just been carrying this for so long that she's like, it's not a big deal.
Whereas she's like, oh, not everyone can do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, not everyone's trained for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's trained for it.
Well, and that's, he can't do it right now. You train him up, he might be able to.
He might be someday.
Right now, he is.
She's got to, go back to, maybe 17-year-old.
Yeah.
That's where he's at.
Yeah. She's just much higher level.
Yeah.
Her battle skills are way leveled up. And so she's like, fine, forget the universe. Forget every other issue. Just focus on the problem itself. Why didn't the upload work? Regardless of the situation.
Yeah.
Because it should have. It should have fixed everything except for the original one infected.
Yeah. Because the clarity is in her mind is amazing.
Because according to the virus, the only DHD that technically has the virus should be the original.
Right.
And so it's because he wrote the Avenger code and he wrote it to be resistant to tampering. So every other DHD should be fixed because of this upload, except for the original one.
Right.
Because the original wouldn't accept this update. So it seems like, well, what if the gate didn't just pass on the corrupted address book? Mm-hmm. It passed on the actual Avenger virus. Because then if every DHD has the Avenger virus, then they're all blocking. They may have the updated address book, but they can't use it.
Because they've got the other one in there.
There is the Norton antivirus.
Yeah, it's blocking it.
Is blocking this. You know how your computer's like, you sure you want to open this program? Like, you download it off the internet. Yeah. We're like, fuck yeah, I do.
Yeah, don't ask me questions.
I do what I want. So back at the SGC, in the briefing room, Sam's like, look, we have a solution now. If it was the actual virus that was passed along, it's again what we said, it's blocking the upload of the correct addresses. Right. But before they neutralize it, they have to find it because it's moved around. It's squirrely. Mm-hmm. It's probably buried itself in the code like a needle in a haystack.
That's always fun.
But they do know where it is on the original DHD because they put it themselves. It probably hasn't moved. So if they do a hard reboot, a cycle of the system, it should work, but someone has to go there.
Someone has to go force quit that computer.
Force quit the computer. And the gate's in ball territory.
Ta-da!
And Felger volunteers for tributes.
Again, his desire to please or to impress overcomes everything else every time.
And Hammond just Picard-style facepalms.
It's like, simmer down over there for a minute.
So Felger tears up his lab, grabbing duct tape, which is clearly a Red Green Show reference. Chloe thinks this is crazy. Felger's like, no, I'm going to fix this. I caused this. I will fix this. I'm going to be fine, because remember the whole time I infiltrated a gold mothership? I totally know what I'm doing.
No, you didn't at all. You got very lucky. I feel like Chloe knows this.
Chloe knows it.
She's like, no, I really like you. I may love you, but that's not who you are.
That's not how this happens. So he almost smacks Chloe with the bag, which, listen, anyone who has had a hiking backpack anywhere has almost smacked people.
Listen, I've done that with my book bag. I've done that with my giant book bag that I take to school. Actually taking people out.
And then he almost forgets the antivirus on the table.
Most important part.
And then before he leaves, she pulls him back.
Yeah.
For
Armageddon style.
Good old kiss.
Yeah. Aerosmith's playing in the background.
Don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, babe.
Yeah, but that's really what she's saying.
Don't want to miss a thing. By the way, I've realized, I don't know if you were here or at work when I realized this, Aerosmith and Steven Tyler were on TV, and I've realized that it's a little organized today, but Steven Tyler is my hair clone.
He does have good hair.
Steven Tyler and I have the same hair texture.
He's got good. It's good hair though.
It's great. No, it's great hair. It's like that little bit of a volume fluffy.
I don't know that I was there when you thought of that. There's definitely volume there, and it's definitely fluff.
It's when my hair is not. Yeah, we have his is a little longer than mine actually.
I don't know what mine is. Mine's just hair.
Mine have very distinctive hair sometimes though.
Fair.
So, just gives him a kiss, gives him a snog for good luck, which throws him very off guard.
Of course it does.
So on the planet, Sam does a sweep. Felger sets up. Also, he's holding his gun so wrong.
Well,
now
again,
I not held a gun, but that's so wrong. At one point, he points it at Sam.
Don't do that.
And at one point, he has his finger on the trigger, and then basically puts his finger down the barrel of the gun.
No.
I'm really hoping they didn't even give him a real gun. It's like a prep gun.
Yeah.
Like an action, like not
on the show, but
real life. It's a prop gun.
Yeah. It's got a little orange cap that they just like colored in with a Sharpie.
Like there's no ammo on it or something. Because he's holding it real bad.
He's not good at this.
So back in the control room, update from Jack. Not the best. Teal'c and him organize the rebels, Jaffa, and their battling search parties. Good news is Sam is fixing the problem. In
my favorite Jack line is coming up.
In Ball's territory. But she's not alone. She's with Felger.
Yay.
And Jack is
inspired with confidence. I love that line. I am inspired. Like, don't be surprised when I start using that in real life. Yeah, no, I am inspired with confidence.
And what's great is that I love compliments that are backhanded compliments.
Oh, yeah.
They're the best.
It's kind of the best way to do things. Because if someone's not paying enough attention, it takes them a minute, to be like, hey, you're making fun of me.
But also, it's one of those, it's also more of, if you don't know that it's actually could be a positive thing if you don't know that you are saying it.
See, to me, it comes out the same way that Scar says, I'm surrounded by idiots.
Yeah.
So there's just this the sarcasm is so thick that I just want to bite into it.
It's all how you say it.
Yeah.
It's very much like someone from the South going, bless your heart.
Bless your heart. I've learned that one since moving here.
I learned that as well. It's so positive.
Bless her heart.
So Sam comes back. The area is clear. The gate is sort of non-guarded at this point. The DHGs come apart. Felger is already run into issues, though. Mm-hmm. Avenger looks hinky. It's been altered, like rewritten, altered. Sam guesses it's ball. He's smart enough. He could have modified it once he realized what effect it was having to the gate.
Right.
And then it could affect the entire network, so he would have the ship advantage, which he's using right now.
Okay.
So Felger's like, it's not my fault!
I didn't do it. I just want to take a minute to point out that I didn't do it.
I'm innocent. It's like, don't get excited
It's
yet.
not the time for
dude.
that. Yeah.
That means that our antivirus also won't work. It was designed for the original virus, and now we're stranded on a gold planet.
Good job, us.
So to modify the antivirus to fix the modified virus, that's gonna work great, right?
Totally.
And Felger tries handing Sam the computer, and she's like, "Nope, that's yours."
Yeah.
He's like, "I was really hoping you would do it."
No,
Sam's like, "Would you
have
like
to, fix it.
play with the giant gun that I have instead?"
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm gonna work on the."
Well, for two reasons. One, you're not equipped to handle gold.
No.
Or a gun. And two, you fucked it up. You're gonna fix it.
You still know more about this virus than I do.
Yeah.
And I love, again, just leave the camera on Patrick McKenna and his reactions.
Yeah.
You can't script.
No.
Random fact, you notice Sam does not have her P90 here.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Go back and watch it.
I didn't know what she carried, so.
So I will say this, go back and rewatch it and notice that is definitely not Sam's normal gun.
Okay.
It's like 4 times the size of Sam's normal gun.
Well, she's got to protect 4 times as much because she's the only one there.
Well, apparently, at this time, it was during sort of the Iraq War, and P90, the bullet casings were hard to get.
Oh.
And especially now for just like filming.
Right.
So really the only person who carries it for a while is Jack. So Sam they call it the Sam Special. It's like this weird amalgamation of like 3 or 4 guns.
Wow.
That just looks like it eats other guns for breakfast.
Like a Frankenstein of guns.
It's a Franken gun.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, if anyone would have one, it'd be Sam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they made it just for her. So it's giant. In the control room, they're checking with Daniel, and they're to the point where they have to abandon the Stargate for higher ground. So Sam checks in. Yeah. If Sam checks in with Felger, and he's like, "Yeah, this is cool. Us working together. We're like the intellectual Butch and Sundance of the SGC." And Sam's like, "Have you seen that film?"
Yeah. Or the story in general. I forgot that it was a film, but she's right.
Yeah.
They do die in Bolivia.
Yeah, have you seen that film?
Yeah.
You don't know.
It's not a good ending.
So Sam sees.
It's like saying we're the Magnificent Seven. It's like, do you know what happened?
Have you seen that film?
By the way, spoilers, guys.
Have you seen the Battle of Thermopylae? So Sam sees Jaffa in the distance. They're completely outnumbered. She pulls them down. We have trouble right here in River Bolivia. I hate Music Man. I always make that reference, and I hate that musical. So a firefight starts. Remember how this guy doesn't work well under pressure?
Yeah, no.
It's a great situation.
Super not pressure at all when he's firefighting.
He's like, just think of that firefight as background noise.
Just think of working while watching Die Hard. I don't know, something.
So it's a ton of Jaffa. It's not going well at all. Sam at some point pulls back, and then an Elkesh flies over their head.
Yay.
And instead of shooting Sam and Felger, it starts shooting all the Jaffa.
Thank God.
And then finally, at long last, the Jaffa just start retreating.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ship comes down even lower.
And then they're really fucked.
And then who should ring down? But Jack and Teal.
Heroes.
And then Felger goes up to literally run up and hug Jack.
Like, I'm surprised he doesn't try to just climb into his arms.
And Jack's like, what did I say about touching? Mm-hmm. Arms off.
Yeah.
Back off.
No.
Go away.
No touching.
No touch. No hug. No touch. And Sam's like, well, how? He's like, we got tired of waiting.
Yeah.
And that's all we know about how they got the Elkesh.
Yeah, doesn't matter. No, nothing else. Like, have you guys seen The Force Awakens?
Yeah.
Kind of like, well, you'll see it in like 15 years.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
It's kind of like that. And then Felger tries to hug again. Jack's like, back the fuck off of me.
No touching. No touching Jack.
So Felger and Sam come back through the gate at the SGC. Mission accomplished.
Yay.
It's not just a patch, it's a permanent fix. Stargate's fine now, the whole network.
Yeah.
Daniel was able to get everyone through to the Alpha site now that the Stargates work, and Hammond asks where Jack and Teal'c are. Seems like I promised not to tell, so it could be a surprise. They found alternate means of transportation. Straight face. I want to know. I want to see Hammond's face.
Yeah, I wish
when he sees them.
Yeah,
roll up in a stolen Elcash.
Stop. What do you think of my new ride? Just like that.
Because those are big ships.
Yeah.
How do you hide that on Earth?
Well, it's like how do you get it to Earth? Like, how do you get it to Earth without the fucking NASA freaking out? Talk about unidentified flying object.
So cut to Chloe and Felger macking out in the line.
Yowza. Yeah.
Complete with table sweep to pick her up.
It's 7 minutes in heaven.
And that's when Sam and Jack come in.
Yeah.
And it's like they stop making out. And Sam's like, "What? I turned my back for 2 seconds."
They stopped.
I know.
Yeah.
I turned my back for 2 seconds and you take up with this trollop?
I love the word trollop.
Apparently Amanda put that in herself.
I love that word trollop.
And then Chloe comes back and is like, "You can't blame me if you weren't woman enough to satisfy him."
There's a lot of Jerry Springer that Felcher watches.
Neither one of us can do the sound effect. Our friend Phil can. But it's...
The air horns go off.
Sam then rips off her BDU jacket. You can hear buttons flying in the sound effects.
It's good time.
To a low cut swoop neck.
Of course.
And just fucking launches herself at Chloe. And if you watch, this is all again.
If you're quiet enough, you can faintly hear the sounds of Jerry in the background. And
there is one minor cut, but they filmed this as one scene. So again, there's another great side-by-side of Amanda making the sound effects out on the ground while the woman that plays Chloe runs up behind to get her jacket back on and everything. And that's why they had to clear the table, was to put the computer stuff on there and everything. And like Jack goes to sit down and Folger tries to say something and Jack's like, shh,
let it happen.
Don't talk.
Well, now, eventually,
yes,
this is a dream sequence.
Yes,
but real life Jack would also not stop.
No, he wouldn't.
Real life Jack was the guy in high school to where when two girls were fighting, would pretend to break up the fight in an opportunity to grab someone's boob.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is one of those scenes where like slightly problematic.
Yeah.
But somehow I'll allow it. And
it's a different time.
It's a different time. It's a dream sequence.
It's not real.
It's not real.
Because it's played as not real, and it's played in this guy who's a little problematic.
He is problematic. Brain. Yes.
That's why.
But it's again one of those fine line things of like thoughts versus actions.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so the camera zooms into Felger. You can hear Chloe calling his name, and as you come back out, poking him in the face.
Yeah.
What were you thinking about?
I think it's because he gets brought back down to this place where it's like
just shatters on the ground.
Nobody fucking thinks of you this way.
It's like nothing, and they get back to work, and she keeps smiling over him. I mean, she thinks of him that way.
To a degree. She also knows he's a bit of an idiot.
Oh, well, I think that's what's sweet because she knows he's an idiot and then still has the crush on him.
That's fair.
Because she will be the alpha in that relationship.
She's the winner. This episode was fun.
It's a fun episode.
There's not much more than this is fun.
Yeah, there's very little like substance and plot. Like the whole giant conundrum gets solved at the end. We have no lasting effects anywhere except for the fact we now have an Elcash.
Yeah.
Which is
only good things end up happening out of this situation.
So would you put this on your top 5?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't know that I have room for it.
I'm taking Orpheus off my list. I'm putting Avenger. Now, it's not going to stay there for the whole rest of the season. But I just love the giant winks to the camera. I love Felger so much.
Yeah.
He's such this like breath of fun in the middle of a season.
Remind me.
If you saw him 100% of the time,
it'd be too much.
It's like McKay. If you saw McKay all the time, that'd be way too much.
Well, it's kind of like when Family Matters just became about Urkel. It's like, I don't want to watch the show anymore.
Exactly.
I feel like it falls into the same realm as Fragile Balance and Space Race.
It does.
So I'm trying to figure out where it goes there. So remind me what Enemy Mine is again.
Enemy Mine was the one with the Chaka and the Unas.
Oh, right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Enemy Mine's not going anywhere.
Yeah, you like that one a lot.
So I almost wonder if Revisions falls off or... Jeez.
Yeah.
Because I can't three-way tie them.
I don't know if I can allow a three-way tie.
No.
You could replace something in your two-way tie if you wanted to.
I think I'm... but I don't know which one.
I know.
That's a tough one.
You can. Are you gonna tie? I mean, I guess I can allow two-way ties for now.
I don't want to do that because none of the other ones make sense with it. You know what I mean? Because Lifeboat
not
is
the
same
same
thing.
Lifeboat's completely separate. It's not really the same.
It's really just how many comedy episodes do I want?
Yeah.
Versus.
Whereas I'm like all of them.
You know, I like Felcher, but I think I just enjoyed Space Race more.
No, that's more than fine.
I'm gonna leave it off the list.
That's fine. Mine's at number 5 for now. I know it's not going to stay there, but it's just so damn delightful.
Yeah.
So we have a couple. New patrons because I think we forgot last week.
Just in time, my hacking cough comes back. Let's wrap it up. Okay.
But we have Tyler Hall.
And Russell.
Yeah.
Just Russell.
Just Russell.
We'll take it.
Yep.
I'm envisioning the kid from Up.
Oh, for sure. No, for sure.
I hope that's okay.
100%. So next up is Birthright.
Oh.
Which I really like this episode.
Okay.
And I'll say this now because we're about to watch it and you'll see it soon. It's basically for all intents and purposes, they go to the mascara.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Preview.
Amazonian women, I'm in.
Preview of what my AKA for next week is. Birthright, AKA the mascara.
Guys, thanks for sticking with us. We will see you next week. You know where to find us. We're on Twitter at Terra Podcast.
Facebook at There's No Place Like Terra.
You can email us at theresnoplaceliketerra@gmail.com.
And patreon.com/There's No Place Like Terra.
We love you.
Rate us, review us on Apple Podcasts.
And words and things. We'll see you next week with the ladies of the mascara. I think. I don't know.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And then...
and then I cough again.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Bye.